Hi there, Pisces. Welcome to your February 2024 General Tarot reading. It's Raina here. So I'm back with my Morgan Greer deck. And I got these mini cards this time. Only the second sign that I'm using them on. So weird. I got the same exact... No, that's not true. I got 2 out of the 3 of those cards with Aquarius. And I did shuffle the deck. Wow, so many swords. Wow. Swords can be sometimes cards that represent strife, that represent there's conflict in your environment. But sometimes that conflict, if you think about it, can be used to spur you on to greater action. So it's not to say, oh my gosh, this is so terrible. So looking at the heart of the matter, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Typically, when I see this card, I think of practical matters like a new job. Sometimes they call this a windfall of money that comes to you. So I don't know if they specifically use the word inheritance, but of course that is one possibility. Maybe, it's always possible if someone has retired that they get some kind of, not just pension, but like, or leaves a job, they get some kind of exit package, which comes from that. But this is, the aces are about new beginnings. So there is that element of newness coming in that has something to do with your practical life. But it also can be in love, for instance, that there's someone who has a stabilizing effect. It could be an actual keeper type of person versus someone that is like an affair or, like a fling that doesn't stand a chance of it becoming a real relationship, because the Pentacles have that connection to being reliable, to being durable. And I joked, it's like talking about like a Maytag washing machine or something. But yeah, something like that. And you certainly, if it's a literal, maybe you're starting a relationship with an actual earth sign. And if so, that person may be somebody that you will be with for the long haul. You might not know it now because you're just starting out with that person, but you look back and say, okay, this is the one that ended all of my relationship, my negative relationships, the ones that didn't last. In the past position, we have the 3 of Swords. This is a card of heartbreak, rejection. So yes, it could be through love, in a past relationship that didn't work out. Sometimes these are 3-party situations. Also with job situations, the 3 of Swords can be like not getting a promotion or some kind of disappointment in the workplace that makes you feel rejected and not up to the qualifications that were, required and things like that. And it can make a person feel bad that they don't have that. So those 2 cards can speak to the past and present. And then we have, as the higher message, the 8 of Swords. So this can be the self-defeating thoughts that you tell yourself that keep you trapped in situations that prevent you from, for instance, if you get a job offer with the Ace of Pentacles, that you might be like reluctant to actually make that shift from something that is not very, very like um, healthy environment, or an environment that you know you're going to be able to expand uh, on, and things like that. And I mean, like, you have a future, in other words. So but you still may be like, but what if this thing doesn't work out? And so that keeps people trapped because they're looking for guarantees. They're anticipating the worst instead of anticipating the best. Now, of course, some people are overly optimistic, and then they don't really see, they don't really make decisions that are based on good things either. Sometimes they're kind of deluded in their own way. But yeah, so I think in this case, you may be presented with something, but you still have to get over some of your fears. And that also goes for love, Being some people are afraid of actually committing or being involved with somebody who is good for them, because they don't trust it. They don't trust things are good. What crosses you is the King of Swords. This is a card that represents um, someone who may not be very supportive of you emotionally. But kings can be fathers, and sometimes this is one of those things where you were treated one way by your father, and then you find that your father is turning up in all these future relationships, and it's really the weirdest thing. So sometimes what happens, and if it starts out with a parent who is overly critical, or you don't feel love from that person, is that it can make it, the person need that kind of acceptance or approval even more so. So in this case, and I find that sometimes there's that dynamic where you're looking for approval from somebody who can't give it to you, because they either they don't have it within themselves to be positive like that, or they know that you need it, and so that's their way of controlling you. So in either case, that can create that dynamic where you're always seeking what you can never find. It might be that it's feeding into that energy of the Eight of Swords, where um, because you doubt yourself because of this person. But and when I say because of this person, I don't mean like, oh wow, that person is, they are guilty and they're responsible for it, because you also have to allow their opinion to be of tantamount importance to you. Okay, so what's coming in, oops, gosh, this keeps going, is the Queen of Swords. And it's an interesting card, because the Queen actually represents the water element, which you are. So there's that feeling quality, but also with the swords and the intellect. So it's like head over heart, having to make it, yeah, and a lot of times it is about having to make a decision and not being heartless about it. The King of Swords, I shouldn't use a word like heartless, but it's like the judge. The judge can't be swayed by emotion. But in your case, you're taking that into consideration, but you're really sticking to logic about what it is that you have to do in this particular situation, whatever that means for you. And the outcome card is the Six of Swords, yet another swords, choosing peace. So that means, going to where it's less, that it's more harmonious. So if that's in the workplace, if this is, what you face every day, then this card is about maybe taking a new job offer if it's presented to you. It's also a card of relocation. So some Pisces people might decide to, um, move house. And actually, you're going to have your first lunar eclipse in September. So this is going to set off a period of 18 months where there could be uh, very significant changes in your life, whether you like it or not. And they could involve your personal life as well as your relationship with another person. Okay, Pisces, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double astrological readings, which are called deep dive readings. They're a package deal, so you save significantly compared to buying them alone. And they work well together because they're at least 2 hours in length. The first hour is natal chart interpretation, and the second hour are transits for the next 12 months. So right now, I'm going to be taking them out until the end of January of 2024, maybe February, since we're already so much into January, but something along those lines. So you can find out more information at the link below. I'm at rainamoonastrology.com. Thank you for watching. Bye.